All right, here we are. So welcome, you guys. This is our Faith Over Fear Leadership Retreat recap. So my name is Heather Juneau. I'm a triple diamond. I've been with the business for almost 6 years. I think I'm over the 5.5-year mark. I'm officially at almost 6 years. It's crazy. And this is my second leadership retreat with Kay. And let me just tell you guys, last year was amazing, but this year was 100% over the top. Like, it just did not disappoint. I did not clock watch once. I wasn't sitting there like, oh my gosh, how much longer are they going to talk? No, literally, we were like, go, keep going, like tears, breakthroughs. It was just, we learned so much about ourselves and our business. So how this is going to work, each leader is going to share 1 to 2 tips or nuggets or downloads that they got from this retreat. And then, so about 5 minutes a person. We are going to maybe go over a little bit, but just, I promise you guys, it's worth every minute of this. So if you are watching this as a recording, thank you so much. And make sure when we post this in our team page, we want to hear all of your nuggets that you are getting from this. We want you guys to comment and share what you got from this. We want you to tag your teams and tell us what inspired you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and switch it over. So each time I call you guys, go ahead and unmute yourselves, and then we'll get going. So first, we're going to welcome Gina, and she's going to share with us her nuggets from this last weekend in Florida.
Hey guys, how are you? So first off, hopefully you can hear me. My computer does not, so a thumbs up if you can. You know, if you're like on the tube and you're like, speak up, or whatever, on the water tube. So it's pretty late for me right now, so I'm going to do my best to like get myself focused and get excited, because I am excited. It was amazing. I'm super glad that I went. I'm a major blue, so I have major FOMO, so I had to make myself sure that I was there. But a couple nuggets that I got that hit home for me. One was, don't hold too tight onto your goal, onto your outcome, onto the amount you want, onto like the status that you want. Don't worry about how you're going to get there. Just do it. Like, let it go, release, and just let things happen for themselves. So, for example, one of my goals is to take my family for spring break to Legoland, right? That's for family of 5. That's a big chunk of change there. And as soon as I told my husband, he's like, okay, I got everything scheduled for work. It's going to happen. I made sure when the spring break was, got a travel agent. And then a week later, he says to me, he's like, well, we go for my work in Orlando in January every year. He's like, why not? You got my plane ticket covered. You got part of the hotel covered. You got this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, no, I'm like, I want to do it. That's me holding too tight. Like, just let it go. Like, hey, you know, let's take that opportunity and let it flow. Let that happen. Because that's on the dream board for my boys, is to go to Legoland, go to Florida, California, and just spend a week out for spring break. So just don't hold on too tight, and just letting things happen, and don't worry about the how. Don't get stuck on how you're going to get there, and just be disciplined, work hard, and just talk to the universe or the higher power or God, whatever that may be for you. So that was one of the big takeaways that I got. Another one, I have 3, but I'll just hit 2. But another one is, like I said before, I'm a major blue. So I want to be where the party's at. Like, I'm the last one up all the time. And I want to build those friendships. So being here at the house with these girls, I knew half of them. I've seen a few of you guys on social media. Some of you I did not know at all. But the beauty of it is that my Bonds group poster with you guys and the ladies that I didn't know, like, we just clicked. Like, the love in that place, like, we all come from different backgrounds. We all are so different, but we loved on each other. There was no judgment, and it was just an instant bonding. And I think it was just, we just support each other. We all have the same goal. We all want to uplift each other and cheer each other on. So that was something really cool that I got taken away. Like, those are the people that I want in my life. Those are the people that I want to surround myself with. It's just positive people, loving people, people that support you, people that push you further, and then people that you can have a pool party with. So I had a blast. So those are the couple things that I got.
Awesome. I love it, Gina, because if you guys didn't know this, but me and Gina are super close. We didn't even know each other until we went to leadership retreat last year. And it was the kind of the same situation where there were a bunch of leaders who were coming from all over, and we were like, who wants to stay together? And we're like, sure, let's just go and stay together. And it worked out so amazing. So we shared like, what was it, like a 3-bedroom or 2-bedroom condo resort suite last year, and we just hit it off. And so it was just so great to come back together again this year. And you guys, these things will help you build lifelong friendships. So some of you guys aren't at a leadership rank yet, but definitely put that on your dream board to get to one next year, a leadership rank, so you can be there. And if you aren't a leader by next year, you guys, these types of things happen at conference too. So make sure that you are planning for conference in February right now, because if you're sitting here as we keep going and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be a part of this. This is amazing. Conference is the next closest time that we're going to all be together like this. So Gina, thank you so much for sharing, and thanks for being up late for us. All right, so now we're going to take it over to Heather Almeida, one of my really great friends, my best friend who's in the business with me, Double Diamond. So go ahead and share a little bit about you and then your tips.
Hi, you guys. I'm the other Heather, and I'm a Double Diamond. I have been with It Works for almost 6 years as well. It's just crazy to even say that. I love it. I'm a lifer for sure. So I also was able to go to last year's retreat, and it was so amazing. And this year was even better. It was a little more intimate, and the word like transformational keeps popping in my head like the whole week that we were there. So many just good ahas and just so many good memories. So one of the parts of our leadership was all about money mindset, which I loved a lot. I think that was probably one of my favorite sections that we talked about. I'm a therapist, and I help people with their mindset and changing their mindset. So I was like all about this. And some of it I kind of picked up from what I do already, but it was really cool to kind of dive in even more and really understand where our mindset about our money and how we interact with it may come from. So one of the things we talked about is it's really important for us to change our relationship with our money. I know for me, like I have kind of a lack mindset, like it's going to go away. And that's something that I personally have to work on. But we have to think money as energy, positive energy. So changing your relationship is super important. So we had some tips about, really being mindful of how you put your money in your wallet. Don't put your purse on the ground, respect your money. I know even before this, I was giving gratitude to my money. So anytime I was spending it or I received it, I was trying to say thank you for what I was getting and what I was being able to spend. So those are really kind of some cool things about trying to change your relationship with your money. So you can get more of it. Another part is, think about money that it comes and goes. Sometimes we're just focused on it going somewhere and not thinking it's ever going to come back to us. So really having that gratitude and seeing it that it comes and goes is really a good mindset as well. And then Gina already talked about the how, so I won't say that. Stop waiting for fear to go away. Move through the fear. I think sometimes we just sit and wait for it to go away, and to be honest, it's not going to go away. So we have to move through it. So that was a cool thing about fear. And some negative thinking and untruths. So if you're getting a negative thought about money or stress about your business, there was 3 questions that were really helpful that you can ask yourself to maybe untangle these untruthful thoughts. So the 3 questions are, is it true? So is this thought true? Is this fear valid enough reason to not move forward? And then the third one is, does your goal/destiny matter enough to move forward anyways? So if you're ever stuck in a negative thinking pattern, those are some questions that you can ask yourself. And I'll write them in the chat so you guys can write them down too. So that's what I got.
Love it. So, Heath, even I know Gina kind of touched on the how, but what did you take from the how? Because we all have the different hows. We have the hows of how are we going to get that much money? How are we going to get that customer? How are we going to get that rank? Like, what did you take from the how?
So I took away from just, it's important that we align ourselves with the big picture, our big goal, but being flexible of how that comes to us. So like one of my goals is a certain amount of money that I want to reach for It Works. And I only thought of It Works, but I have another business, and thinking about it more, I need to be open that that amount of money may come to me in different ways. So not just It Works. So say, you know, I'll throw out the number. It's $12,083. That's my number. I'm making it. I know how I make it. That's not up to me. So that's me kind of letting go of how that comes to me and allowing yourself to be flexible and in how it comes to you, but really holding on and having a clear vision of what that goal is. So that's what I got.
Yeah. I love that, because a lot of us, when we come into the business brand new, we don't know the how. I mean, some of you might be a little more green personality and you've researched the crap out of this business and the comp plan and everything. But a lot of us just join and we're like one of those like, okay, now what? Okay, now tell me what to do. Now tell me what to do. You weren't so focused on the how. You were just going for it. You're what we like to call ignorance on fire, which is amazing because ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice, right? So go back to that beginning of that, like, just, I'm brand new, I'm excited, just tell me what to do, I'm going to do it, instead of trying to get so caught up on the how am I going to get there, because it looks like it's unreachable or so far away. Just do what we're supposed to do. You know, when it comes to our business, enroll those customers and enroll those distributors. The how will come later, but just enroll those customers and distributors. So thank you so much, Heath, and I'm so glad that we got to be on this our second year in a row, and we get to do it again at conference and then next retreat. So all right, now we're going to hear from Stasia. So Stasia, go ahead and tell everybody where you're from and how long you've been in the business and a little bit about you and then your tips from retreat.
Okay, hey guys, I hope you can hear me, but I think you can. Most of you know who I am because I see a lot of familiar faces, but my name is Stasia and I am a double diamond. I'm actually in Florida. I'm like an hour and a half from Sarasota where we were, which is amazing because I got to drive and not fly. But I am a dog mom and I'm currently in the process of planning my wedding, so that's amazing. And literally like this weekend completely changed everything for me. I met a lot of people that I knew but never met in person, so I got to build that relationship a lot more. We had a lot of pool nights with wine. We just had a lot of fun. We got to know each other. We got to see Pam one-on-one. We got to talk to Kay. We got to work out with Dexter. It was just an amazing weekend. Yes, Heather, I saw that face, Dexter. The couple of things that I took away from this weekend that I have really been like living by is just do it and faith over fear. And there's a couple things that I've been doing with my business and my personal life, and like I think about it and fear kicks in. I'm like, no, I gotta do this because faith comes before fear now. So one example, today I was talking to a potential and she was giving me excuses, asking me questions, and I was like, hey girl, like let's get on the phone, I'll answer your questions. A week ago, I would have never, ever, ever got on the phone with that potential. But faith kicked in over that fear. So that is definitely a blessing. You have to be open to new things because with our business, things work for a time and then you have to reinvent it and reinvent it and reinvent it. So you have to be open and just have faith and just do it. Say yes to things that you would have never said yes to before because I promise it will work. Be open for all opportunities that come your way. And this is a big one. If you want to play big, stop playing small. You have to set your mindset to things that are bigger in your life that even if they scare you, you have to have faith over that fear. And I highlighted everything in my book I want to talk about. This is also another thing with that. Do things you have never done before to have more than you have now. That's a big one. This is my favorite quote, and I will live by this quote for the rest of my life. Stop waiting for someone to tell you what to do and figure it out yourself. That is literally gold because a lot of people wait for their leader to be like, hey, do this, or someone in their life be like, hey, it's time to do this. We can't do that anymore. If you want your business to go somewhere, you have to do it yourself. You have trainings on trainings on trainings on trainings. We're here for help, but you can't rely on your leader to do everything for you. That's it.
Amen, girl. I love it all. I love it. And I love that I got to meet you finally in person. And I'm so grateful, you guys. She came and picked Heather and I up from the airport. And we had our road trip through the storm from Tampa to Sarasota. And like she said, we got to stay the night at Pam's house. Or no, we stayed the night at Kay's house. We went to Pam's house. So we got to stay the night at Kay's house. Got up and did that workout. I'm still walking funny a week later. But we got to experience that together, and I just love you to death. And I'm just so excited that we got to meet and experience this retreat together. So love you.
Yes,
girl.
and we got to eat lunch with Cammie. That was perfect.
Yes.
And she's much taller in person.
You are much taller in person, Stacia. I was like, geez Louise, you're tall. And yes, like you just said, we did get to have a special surprise lunch with Cammie Pentecost. She lives in Florida, and Kay's like, let's go to lunch. And who was in the restaurant? It was Cammie, you guys. We had a private lunch with Cammie, just the three of us, plus, Laura and Ingus and Kay, and it was incredible. So many good stuff from that. So we're going to real quickly hop on over. We're going to go a little bit out of order because I just saw that Edith is on. She's working an event. So Edith, let me go ahead. Are you?
I am Edith. Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm right here. Hi.
I'm looking for you. Oh,
I'm
there
right
you
here.
are. There you are, girl. Hi.
I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. Let me tell you, we had, oh my gosh, I keep saying, we got to be empowered by Aida, which is Kay Souders, business coach and clarity coach. I mean, that session, there was so much breakthrough that happened. And we started with our money mindset. And that itself already has transformed my life and my business. Let me tell you something. How do you treat your money? What is your feeling towards money? And about a week ago, I went to the fair with my girlfriend, and she was like pulling money out of everywhere and just like throwing it on the dashboard. And today I was telling my mom, like, how do you treat your money? Is it facing out? Do you respect it? And that's how I look at it. Like, I have it all placed in order in my wallet. It's like standing up, facing me, and I'm just excited. How do you feel about it, your relationship? I was having that conversation today with my mom, and I said, how do you really feel? And many times that's what's holding us back, because our feeling towards it. And we dug so deep. There was so much breakthrough that happened. I'm telling you, I always say, and I was telling my girls even right now, I'm just a girl that decided to go for it. You can so be there next year. It's all up to you, one choice away. But our mentalities in this business play such a big factor. It's so important and such a priority to continue growing. And this weekend, we did so much personal development. We talked about that. We talked about our dreams, our goals, to dream big, bigger than ever. The potential is endless. But I'm telling you, to be surrounded by like-minded individuals, by all these amazing boss babes, it's nothing like it. I always say proximity is power. You are who you surround yourself with. And who are you surrounding yourself with? Who is that circle of influence in your life? And I'm telling you, this weekend was absolutely incredible. I'm still like having aha moments every single moment. And I'm so inspired because to be in that home, to all the girls that especially just recently promoted, I know that it's possible. I know that it's so possible. And to be on that frequency and to have gotten to know them and to just see their work ethic, it was like magical. And I was telling Shauna, and I've been telling everybody, the secret to success is always working your business. Honestly, consistency, that's what it is. Being consistent every single day, going for it, talking about it. And I love the money training that also we got from, our amazing Pam Souder. That was amazing how she stood there and said, let me show you the power of 5. Bringing in 5 people. Many times we think we have to enroll 100, 200 people, but it's the power of 5. Who are we sharing this business opportunity with? And she took it so basic, and I know Cammie has it, the power of 1, but Pam was telling us, if you bring on 5, 5 that bring on 5. And what those numbers look like, oh my gosh, she said our compensation plan is the best in the galaxy. And I want to remind you that today we have the best compensation plan in the galaxy. Pam Sauter said it. And you know what? I believe it. And I know it. There's so many ways of us making income. So I'm telling you, this weekend was just incredible.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. And I love that you brought up the comp plan training with Pam. I mean, it's so basic, but we overthink it. We get stuck on that. How are we going to do it? And then you guys, Pam literally took a whiteboard and a marker and just literally was like doing numbers, you guys. She was like, you sign up 5 and you're going to get this. And then they sign up 5 and then she did the math, you're going to get this. And then when they sign up 5, you guys, it was like, here you go. Here's how you can make $1 million like as fast as possible. And I love it because basically, I'm going to tell you guys all right now, everybody needs to be running their auto ships. You need products to use and sell. If you're not using the products, then how are you going to sell them? People buy you before they buy the product. And that was the number one thing. If everybody's running their auto ships, everybody's making money. Everybody, including you. So that was just amazing. So Edith, your energy is amazing. And I love how we talked about not diluting ourselves and being the youiest you possible. And because, you know, your energy is just so amazing. And my daughter's like in here because she's always just like, I want to meet her. I want to meet Edith. Like my daughter, she's 9 years old and she's inspired by Edith and her energy. And that's the women that I want my daughter to know and be around and be surrounded by. And all of our daughters and all of our kids and our family, like they need to be around all of this good energy. We need to manifest this energy and continue it. So Edith, and where are you at right now?
I'm at Redlands Market Night. So I just came and asked this little tutor room. I said, hey, can I borrow a room? Ask and you shall speak and you shall receive. And they gave it to me. So I'm in here.
Amazing.
Yeah, super excited.
Go make that keto cash, girl.
That's right. Thank you.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
All right, guys. So now we're going to hear from Brittany. You guys, Brittany is amazing. I just love her. I didn't know Brittany at all before we started planning this retreat. And by the way, huge shout out and credit if it wasn't for Brittany for planning the beach house and getting us all squared away. Like it's all for her, all because of her. So thank you for that, Brittany. And you are amazing. So please tell everybody a little bit about you and then share your tips and your nuggets from retreat.
Okay. And you're amazing, by the way. That's what I want to start with you guys is like, before I get to my story, like super quick version, like this is the best thing about what we do is the friendships, because I have like no friends outside of It Works, believe it or not. Like, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. This is like my second family. This is like my best friends, and these are like some of the people that I met through this are like my future bridesmaids whenever that happens, but they will be like, because of this business. That's just so mind-blowing, and I'm just so excited because I know I'm gonna have more best friends. I've already gained some best friends from this weekend, and I have more coming into this business. So because you know I have more people that I'm gonna sign, so I just think that's just the most exciting thing is just being able to make friends through this. So that's another reason why y'all got to get to Diamond, is just because of the fun things you get to do and the experiences you get to have with other people. So, but yeah, anyway, so I don't know what you want me to say, but I'm triple diamond. I'm under Katie, and we are just pushing for Pres this month as hard as we can. And I mean, I've gone from food stamps to having cents in my bank account to now a homeowner and having like lots of money in savings. So it's just, you know, this business is crazy, you guys, when you work it and you take it seriously and you go to town. Like this was plan A for us. We had no plan B. And those are the kind of people that you see at the top when they say, okay, this is it. You know, like you said, you dedicate yourself 100%. And one thing I took away from this weekend, besides this whole entire book of notes, is some awesome tips for my newbies. And, you know, I signed 5 distributors over the last 2 days, and everything I keep telling them is just everything that I learned from this weekend. And that's why it's so important to get to trainings and get to conference especially, and just get on YouTube videos that are going to teach you so much, is because like after this weekend, I'm saying things like I've known it for years because of how much of an impact that this weekend had on me. So I'm telling all my newbies, and maybe some of you guys can take from this right now, that you can't dip your toe in this. If you dip your toe in this and you say, I'll see what happens, you're never going to make the kind of money that you want to. I feel like in the beginning, we got to fully commit ourselves 100%, and that's how this business works. But I took away so much from this weekend. The two main things that really stood out to me is how for so long I tried to be like somebody else, and for so long I tried to do what she was doing, or I'd look up to all the ambassadors. How many of you guys follow like top earners and you hit follow and then you hit see first, so that way you can see them first in your timeline? Do you guys do that? Okay, well, I stopped doing that this weekend. I unfollowed everybody because I found myself trying to do what they were doing, that I was losing myself. And I grew up in New York. I have a very sassy, like fun, like I curse, like I'm just me. Like if you know, girls know me after this weekend, that's Brittany, okay? So, for so long I tried covering it because I thought, oh, I can't be that way because that may offend somebody, or you can't say that because it may not apply to these people. You got to try to say something that's going to apply to everybody. And I found out after this weekend that I'm not doing that anymore, because people want to be like other people because they're themselves. And we forget that when we try to be like someone else, that we're going to start attracting people who aren't like us. It's just going to be a mess. Like picture like your hair when you wake up in the morning, you have like a bird's nest. Like that's what I was doing. I was still successful, but in my mind, I was comparing myself to so many other people that I felt like I couldn't be perfect. So after this weekend, I am just going to show up as my most honest self, because that's the best thing that you can be. So don't try to be two different people, because authentic is best. And I think that that's just going to make this so much more enjoyable and not just like a hassle. Like, oh, what do I post? What do I do? What do I say? I have so many messages daily. What do I say back to this? What do I post? How do I write this? Just be you. And be bold. And when you're bold and you're you and you're authentic, you're having fun with it, you guys. And that's when you're really going to see, oh, people relate to me. They understand me. Like social media is a way for us to express ourselves. So why are we trying to be something else other than what we are? So like be the you-iest you possible. And when I heard that word, I was like, wait, what? But the you-iest you possible. And I just think that after this weekend, like I'm not ashamed to be who I am. And if somebody has something to say about it, or if somebody's hurt, or, they felt a certain way about what I said or what I did, then I simply just wasn't talking to them. I was talking to somebody else, the people who are like me. And like, I feel like once she said that, that was my biggest aha moment. And I'm sorry if someone else was going to say this, but I have to say it, because that is what I took from this weekend, is if you have anything to say, I simply just wasn't talking to you. Just like how we post something and we lose followers, who gives a crap? You weren't talking to them. They were never meant to be in your business anyway. They're not interested. You're talking to the people that are following you still. So that was something that was so big. I was going to do the untruth. So I'm trying to think of, here we go. Fear. Another thing, like the fear that people were talking about earlier, like how you have to just go through it. You can't just ever wait for it to kind of like go away on its own. She described that we have two different types of fear. And this stood out to me really, really hugely. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. It's like 11 here and I'm really tired. So fear, this kind of ties back to what I was saying. So people have fear because of two reasons. It's showing up as perfectionism. So we're trying to do everything so perfect. And then the other thing is it shows up as procrastination. So you're procrastinating to do something because you're trying to make it perfect. And then you're procrastinating because you're trying to make it perfect, and vice versa or whatever. I don't know if that made sense. But basically, you guys, like what she said, fear, you just got to go through it. And I feel like when we just see our vision and we know what we want from this business, we know that we can see ourselves there. And that's a huge thing that I feel like a lot of people on our team struggle with, is seeing themselves there. You have to see yourself there. You just put your head down and you do it. Like if you, after Pam's video this weekend, Art Williams Just Do It speech, if you don't watch that after you get off of here, I'm sorry, but you are going to be missing out. Art Williams Just Do It. Oh my gosh. Like, why aren't people just doing it? Like, why aren't you just doing the work? Don't worry about how. We have 3 simple things that we look for: customers and distributors, and helping our team do the same. Like, do it. What are you waiting for? And as long as you're just being you and you're being happy and you're excited all the time, your energy is what's going to attract what you want. So like who you are, if you're that dull, shy girl who's kind of like copying and pasting somebody else's stuff, that's what you're going to attract. And if you're you and you're excited and you see the vision, you see yourself there, you're using the product, running your auto shipment, loving what you're using, that's what you're going to attract, is somebody who's going to do the same. So you guys, just, oh my gosh, so much. I could go on forever, so I'm going to cut myself here and let the other girls talk. But be you and just have fun with it and just be excited, because you know where you're going. It's not about getting there. It's about enjoying the journey and loving it. So that's all I got to say.
I love it all. I love it all. That was like such a good, oh my God, do you guys know what Cliff's Notes is? You guys probably don't know what Cliff's Notes are. That's like,
Yeah, I remember that from high school.
Oh, good. Okay, they still have
I
this.
never did them.
You guys, we realized there's like a 20-year age gap between some of us that were in this house, and it was like, oh my God, some of us could be your mom, but like we were best friends. But anyway, so when I say you just did like a Cliff's Note, you like literally took so many good nuggets and just like put it out there. And I do want to ask you if you could share real quickly, I don't know if it's really long or not, so maybe pick a couple, but you said that something that you took from this was how to train or what to tell your new distributor. So what are like maybe the first top 3 or 5 things that your 5 new distributors, you have them doing?
Like once they join?
Yeah, once they join.
So what I do when somebody joins is I get them on the training, and my training basically is just like what everything is, LC, DT, and making their hundreds list. That's the first thing. We get you started on posting about how you join the business, but we don't say it's at work, so everybody's commenting, asking about it. But we get you on your hundreds list, and right away you want to have them start reaching out to their family and friends, and you help them walk them through the conversation. But really what I tell them is like, I'm like, hey, you're not going to sign a customer for a week, but I want you to try to sign one in 3 days. And that way I'm like, okay, let's get you running as soon as possible. But realistically, you're probably not going to sign a customer for a week, and you're probably only going to make anywhere from $50 to $80 this month, unless you want to be an overachiever. And I tell them these things because that way they know what to expect. But if they want more, they're going to work harder. And I think that's really important, is why so many people quit, is because they put these expectations on themselves and they don't meet them. So they get discouraged and they quit. And I let them know right away what the deal is. Like, hey, you're not going to make this much right away, but if you want to, it's going to take this long. Or we have to do this. We have to work more. And I feel like it's important to show them success right away. So, shout them out for everything that they are doing right. And just keep them excited, because the first 30 days is super important. So they can't feel like they're going to be this business owner right away, when really they're just learning. So that's why I did tell them, like, hey, if you want to fully commit, like if you want this to work, you got to fully commit. You can't see how this is going to work for you, because it's not going to work for you. It works, doesn't work for you. You work for it works. So you got to do the work is the best way to put it. And then, I feel like that's why my retention rate is a lot better, is because I'm really like, first 3 days is like, we're working like this super close. But like, they also know like they're going to have to work for it.
Yeah. I love that. If you guys didn't hear that, she said, it works doesn't work for you. You work for it works. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to put in the effort, put in the work, because you can't just sit back and expect to get a paycheck. I don't know how many times I've had people that are like, I don't understand why my paycheck's not higher. Well, what effort did you put in, last month? So, but I love that. Those are great tips. I hope you guys wrote those down for the next 5 DTs that you'll be signing before Saturday, before this promotion ends. So manifest that. Put it out there in the universe. How many distributors are you going to enroll before the promotion ends on Saturday? So
yeah, one thing I had my team do, I just want to add this, is I asked my team page yesterday, I said, how many distributors, what's your goal? And they all commented. And I said, okay, now every single one of you needs to double that. And then you're going to sign the amount you wanted to. So like I wanted to sign 15 people this month as like distributors. So I have 1 through 30 on my notebook right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that way I know I'm signing 15. Like overachieve, you guys, push yourself.
I love that.
I hate to say it because it may discourage somebody, but people back out and you want to make sure you're hitting your goal. So doing that, like, it's so awesome because you always reach it then,
Yep. Perfect, girl. Well, thank you so much. I know it's almost midnight where you are. You guys, that's true dedication. It's not like we do this all the time. So this is Brittany's job. So when we put out there that we're doing this and it was later, she could have easily said, that's too late. That's past my bedtime, or, my kids are in bed. But this is her job. So she went, okay, I am my own boss. So my boss, she's looking in the mirror says I need to show up to this Zoom at 11 o'clock tonight, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to grow my paycheck. And you really are, because we are feeding that energy off each other. So just kind of like treat this business like a real business, and it will pay you like when. And I'm telling you right now, Brittany is getting paid like a CEO. Let me just say, like, she is just killing it. So love you, girl. Okay, so now we're going to take it over to Trish. So Trish, oh, I just love you to death. We got to spend an extra day in Florida, and I hope you talk about us dancing in the drum circle on Siesta Beach. Oh my God, that's a whole nother level conversation. But share a little bit about you and then your nuggets from the retreat.
Okay, I am Trish. I am a diamond from California. I last year changed my life, the retreat, and this year I don't even know what to say. Like it just literally changed my life and my business, and even my business that's not It Works, my other business, like my whole outlook has changed. So it's amazing. But I kind of want to start, you guys talked about manifesting. That's a perfect like prelude into what I'm going to talk about. Put a little emoji or comment in the section if you guys have ever watched The Secret. So basically manifestation, I've heard about it. I've written but I've watched, The Secret. I've read books. Like, you guys, if you haven't done this, stop this after and go watch The Secret on Netflix. But basically we got a whole nother level of manifestation with Aida this past weekend. And so I'm going to start by saying what I'm about to say is going to be amazing. What I'm about to say, you guys will get nuggets from, and I'm speaking to life what's going to happen. This is what we learned. And normally I wouldn't think that. Normally I would learn I can't do this. I'm not a good speaker. I'm blah, blah, blah. And that's what's going to come to life. Because if you put those I can'ts, I don'ts, I won'ts, the universe hears it. And you'll know what I'm talking about when you watch The Secret. But definitely watch that, because I used to put out to the universe, I can't. And the universe is like, cool, she can't. Check. We're going to can't. So this is going to be awesome. My biggest note is what you focus on grows. So what you manifest grows. So if your brain is right, and a lot of people talked about the negativity stuff, you can't be like, what did Aida say? You can't be like balking with the chickens if you want to soar with the eagles. Don't focus on balking with the chickens. You want to soar and raise your vibration to where those eagles are. So I want to give you a couple examples. Like, what does this look like if you've never done the manifestation thing? So journaling. We've all heard about journaling. Great. I'll do it some other time. I journaled on the plane ride home. I was so motivated. Here's what I journaled. My dream clients are coming to me. Who are those dream clients? For me, very specifically, it is moms. It is people that are higher than I am. That kind of goes into my second point of don't aim down here because you're going to hit it. And then those people that have the poverty mindset, I'm sorry to say, some people raise the vibration and get there, But if you're just blocking this, oh, this person really needs it, I'm going to keep pulling, keep calling, keep pulling. What are you doing? You're spinning your wheels over here with the chickens versus saying, you know what? I'm not just going to get me, because we all want someone that does what we do. How many times in your team have you said, I wish these people did what I did? If you're working your ass off, sorry, am I allowed to say that? If you're working your booty patootie off, like you want people that are working your booty patootie off. Imagine if every person on your team is working their booty patootie off. You want somebody that's going to the level that you're going to, you wait for it, and more. So this was a big thing over the conference, is that and more phrase. So I was talking to Kay and I'm like, gosh, I used to literally Google like, hey, where's the places in the United States that has the lowest income levels? Because I really want to help people, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like looking down here, and not to say we can't help those people if they're charged, but you're going to know when you sign those people that they're just going to go for it. You're not going to have to pull them along. I'm sick of signing people that I pulled along, filled the volume. Like I have done it. And why? Because I focused on people that honestly, I was comfortable. I'm like, oh, they're not, I can chill with them because I don't feel threatened by them because, I'm going to help them raise them to my level. But do something different for yourself and really journal specifically the dream client that's going to raise your vibration. That's going to be you and more. What qualities do you like about your superstar? What qualities, we journaled about the 3 people that inspire us in the business. Brittany was one of mine. And I'm like, oh my gosh, let me think about what qualities the VIPs you follow or the people like Brittany, she's my friend. Like, what do I want and my team members that I want to draw to this business? Okay. So I'm flying home. What does this look like? I'm journaling now. I want a mom who's da-da-da. My loyal customers are not just doing their 3 months. They have big orders. They are ordering over and over again. They are reaching out to me. Ridiculous stuff that I'm like, I don't even know if I believe this. But anytime you hear I can't really do that, this isn't going to happen, we use the word cancel. And you say a positive vibration that's going to raise it to the next level. And you write that down and you write it specifically, guys. Let me tell you what happened in my inbox. And this doesn't happen to me like hardly ever. Wait, let me rephrase that. In the past, this has not happened to me, but it will because I'm journaling, I'm manifesting. I believe that these people will come to me. I opened my inbox today. Someone that I literally been talking to for months and months is like, okay, I'm ready. Another customer. Okay, I'm ready. And I'm sitting here like messaging my one of my teammates, Ashley, and I'm like, OMG, this crap works. Like it works, guys. So if you haven't watched The Secret, you didn't make it on the retreat, go watch that stuff because what you journal specifically about, and if the universe gives you a number, it may make your pen fall down when that universe gives you a number. But if it's up here and more, don't worry about how. You're gonna freaking get there. So I kind of like covered a lot of that. The other thing is we talked about raising vibration, and everyone here said you're not talking to them. So a lot of people on my list, I've been like really following up with, like trying to get them on board. And now I'm just like, whatever. I had a girl join my team on Tuesday that I've been talking to for a year, and it's because of this retreat that I was able to speak a different language. It's a company, it's not a side hustle, but it is fantastic for them. They should want to join us. But because of how I talked to her differently, she signed that next day. Instead of saying, yes, I'll send you the information I've sent you 50,000 times, I said, you know what? You need to do this. You're missing out if you don't. You need to sign. Just do it. Just do it and I'll help you. And boom, she's in the business. So I think just language and how we talk to ourselves, we just need to cancel those negative thoughts and really believe those vibrations. And just out of nature, like we're going to come out with, okay, like I won't, it's going to happen even if you try not to. So just go cancel, replace it with a positive vibration. And there you go. Cause you guys, everybody here is worthy of more. I don't remember the exact numbers. Maybe Heather can help me with this, but a couple examples of this worthiness and this manifestation. Pam went on a private call with someone and their paycheck, they only felt worthy of a certain amount of paycheck, maybe $1,000, $2,000. I don't remember the numbers, but Pam's like, this girl's like, oh, I'm going to hit that. And Pam's like, and more. Literally, she made more paychecks. And I think it was, Heather, do you remember the amounts? Like 2 cents over some crazy amount the universe would
She's
give.
actually on here now, so I wish she was at Leadership Retreat because your story, Taryn, is actually one of my nuggets from tonight. And when I share my nugget, I'll bring you on because it's really powerful. But yeah, the whole and more. And I think Taryn just promoted to Double Diamond, so huge shout out to you. She couldn't make it to the Leadership Retreat, but that story was about Taryn, and I knew it a little bit, but when Pam really dove into it, it was like, wow, oh my gosh. So, but we'll bring that up in a little bit. But yes, Trish, the and more, that's like literally my mantra in life is the and more. So.
Yeah, and I really only went over 2, but I'm verbose, so it is what it is. But the other 2 examples I have for you guys will be my number 3, which is, Kay was talking about like, ooh, I really should get a new, or kind of just looking at cars, like, oh, this would be nice. Okay, the universe heard that because her car she's had for 8 years, never had issues, but she goes and looks for a new car, and guess what? All of a sudden her car has issues. So she's getting the new car. Her kitchen, she wanted to remodel. Everything's fine with her kitchen. Totally, we stayed at her house. What was it, like Sunday night? Like, her kitchen's beautiful. It's not old by any means, but the second she started putting into motion, I'd really love to redo this. Stuff started happening with her kitchen. So the universe is like, you want a new kitchen? Here you go. So my thing about that, and Kay's like aha moment when we were all talking was, gosh, if only we listened to these things right when they happen, we wouldn't have to wait till the universe ruins stuff to get us there. Like, if you put something in motion, be very mindful about what the universe gives you back. So.
Love it, Trish. And like I said, when we first started this, I love that we got to experience the drum circle in Siesta Beach. I don't know if you guys know about Siesta Beach, but we were not even supposed to go there, and it worked out in our favor to where we're like, hey, let's just go. We have some time to kill. We found out 2 years ago when we went there that Siesta Beach is the #1 beach in America, and it's 90% crystal quartz, right, Heather? So the sand is like, your kids play with that moon sand that just feels just like powder. That's what the sand is like. It's so euphoric. We get there and we're like, what are those drums? You guys, it was a straight up drum circle. And we stayed, and then Heather's like, come on, let's go in there. And I'm like, no, I can't. That fear thing of what people will think, I guess. When have I ever cared about that? And took me a little bit, and then Trish and Heather both like, come on. I'm like, all right, let's go do it. And we literally went in the drum circle, and we just danced to the beat of the drum, and it was just such a good experience and a perfect way to finish out that weekend. So I just love my girls. I just love them, and I'm just so lucky to experience all this with you guys. So okay, we got 2 more speakers, and then we'll close it out. So we're going to hear from Megan. So Megan, share a little bit about yourself and your nuggets from the retreat.
Hey, my name is Megan Royal. I am from Charleston, South Carolina, over here on the East Coast, so it's getting pretty late. Man, this leadership retreat was insane. This was my first one. I'm a diamond. I've been with the business for 3 years. And this was just incredible and literally exactly what I needed to take my business to the next level. Y'all kind of touched on like a lot of the good stuff. But okay, so this really was crazy because I feel like a lot of times we're like, oh, I want to be rich, but I have to do this to get there, or wealthy, whatever you may think. But like getting to those levels, you see like the highlight reel all the time, you know what I mean? And then when we're at events and everything, you just see how everyone's all done up and VIP, and like it almost seems like it's untouchable. But Aida said this really, really cool thing that stood out to me. She was like, anybody watch Jersey Shore? And we're like, yeah, we do. And she goes, there are no prerequisites to being rich. There's people get paid to get drunk and party with their friends, and they have a TV show, and there are no prerequisites to being rich. That kind of hit me like, dang, that is so true. And that just like really excited me. My relationship with money, I had like a really big breakthrough when we talked about our money mindset. And the very first question that we ever did was, what is your earliest memory of money? So I write it down, and it was kind of a story of like, my parents not being able to afford me riding horses when I was younger. So instead of just giving up on that, because it was like the one thing I was so passionate about, and like my first love basically is how I describe how I felt about it. So I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into that, to work 12-hour days just to ride for 1 hour for free, because it meant that much to me. And then all of a sudden, my parents told me that they couldn't afford the gas to take me anymore. So I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing and worked hard for what I wanted. And somebody took that from me. And I realized as I was sharing this and I started crying, like how much it really like scarred me. And I was so fortunate to have been here with you guys to share that, because I always knew that that bothered me, but I didn't know how much it scared me and scarred me. I was able to leave that behind in Florida, and I swear like the last few days of my business have just exploded. My confidence is amazing because you guys, I was self-sabotaging myself. So anytime that I would like give it my all and I would start to go somewhere, I'd be like, nope, and I would ghost my business. And of course, it would just come crumbling down. So I'm not that little girl anymore that somebody can take this away from. They empowered me this weekend, and like I am not stopping this time. So that's what I've been bringing to my team, and I've been like letting them share their stories. And I've actually dove into this with my team leaders every single night since we've been back. And we've literally been on a Zoom for like 3-4 hours talking about each workshop that we did, which is insane. And I've learned so much about my team. It's just crazy. And so like that would be one of the things that I would say too, like spend time with your team. I think it's so easy for you to be the runner and just go, 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 and just expect people to come with you. But sometimes you need to slow down, see what people are really all about, and kind of find those things that are going to motivate them to take them to the next level, because there's only so far you can go in this business by yourself as the runner. You have to like bring those people up with you and make sure you know they're coming into those leadership skills too, so that you're not having to do all the work. So that's what we've been really working on. And if you don't go after what you want, you don't really want it. So that really hit me too, because I was like, dang, like that's so true. There's been so many times in this business where like I just struggled with depression and anxiety, and like I couldn't even get out of the bed. And I just wondered why don't I have that passion to like go for it? And I had to really change that mindset. Affirmations are a really big thing for me because I struggle with the depression and things like that. It's a lot easier for me to get fixated on those negative feelings and get like to really, really low points. So affirmations, and this was really cool. Aida said this and I was like, yes. Okay. So everybody's like, make these affirmations, I love money and money loves me. But it's like, it sounds so silly. And yes, it helps. But this like made the whole thing click for me. You're literally creating a future memory. Just think about that. You're creating a future memory. So for me, it's like, how easy is it for us to live in the past? Oh my gosh, my failures. It would be so easy for me to like continuously beat myself up for all the times that I ghosted my business and like let somebody down and things like that. This is why journaling and speaking into existence what your future is going to look like, because you're creating a future memory and your body doesn't know the difference. Your mind doesn't know the difference between a past memory, a present memory, or a future memory. So focus on where you want to go and create that future memory, and you're literally going to be the creator of your life. So I think that's pretty good for what I want to say. There's so much. I took so much notes.
Megan, like it's like where do you stop? You know what I mean? And we all took things differently. And that's what I love, like hearing from you guys. Some of you guys are saying the same things, but everybody's getting a different nugget from it. And I love that. So Megan, thank you so much for sharing and being up so late. I know there's a lot of you East Coasters on. So again, thank you so much. So
Well, y'all are like firing me up. So now I'm awake.
Wait, I'm up. You're getting ready to sign up for your five more tonight. So I love it. All right. So before we close out, we're going to hear from Priscilla, our little sweet cheeks over there. Oh my gosh, you guys, Priscilla. I just have to tell you, I never had met Priscilla either. And my very first impression of her was her sitting in Kay Souter's living room, totally put together, just gorgeous. And Brittany too. And I'm just like, oh, these girls are just so cute. They're, they're from the Carolinas and they're just the proper, cute, pretty girls. And then when they come out of their shell, we're like, oh my God, these are just normal chicks, like normal girls that I would hang out with, that I would follow on social media and just laugh and love. And so I just love you girls. So Priscilla, share with us a little bit about you and your nuggets from retreat.
Yeah, okay. So I'm Priscilla Barr, and I'm a diamond with the company. I've been in for like seriously right over a year, but I didn't start working until conference in February. So events are freaking huge, you guys. And with this past weekend, I met, I don't know, how many was it, like 7 new girls, and we seriously clicked like this. Like, it was insane how well we got along, and I just never thought, like, I remember talking to Brittany, I was like, all right, dude, how are these girls? Like, I'm not much of a, like, chick best friend person, so I was like, all right, how are these girls? Like, are they going to be cool? Like, what's going on or whatever? And we all clicked like this. So it's just awesome that you can make tons of new friends, even just going to a simple event. But my nuggets from, just like everybody said, there's so freaking many. Like, seriously, I had so many breakthroughs and walls just broke down completely. But I will agree with, like, my first one was definitely like what Megan said with the affirmations. I remember, I think it was our first day of workshop, and there was like this one question that I just couldn't answer. And so I remember she was saying, I can see, you're having trouble. Like, what number are you having trouble on? And it was like 14 or something. I don't even know. And she was just like, okay, well, we need to read the question. So we all read the question or whatever, like, to ourselves. And it pretty much, was a question like, why do you think you're a good leader? What kind of strengths do you bring to, your team and stuff like that? And I couldn't freaking answer it. And I just, honestly, I felt like a failure because I felt like I was just failing myself completely. But I feel like we all go through these times in our life and our business where we just kind of lose ourselves and forget who we are and what we're doing this for and everything. And like, at that point, I had no idea what kind of characteristics about me that people would like, or what I even loved about myself, because I had a child and everything, like, wasn't for me anymore. So, like, I feel like I totally lost myself completely. I was going through emotions of everything. And like I said, I feel like we all go through periods like that where we just kind of going through the motions and just doing what we're told to do and doing what we know we're supposed to do. But it's like you're not there, like you're not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like super hard for me. Totally broke down, and I'm sitting here thinking like, oh my God, like, everybody else I'm sure can answer this. Why can't I answer this? So she actually made everybody go around and like say one characteristic about me that, even though they just met me like the day before, was telling me things that they liked about me. And so I just started bawling even more. I was like, holy shit, like, there are things about me that people do like and all of that. So, whenever you're in your business or just life in general and you just think like you have nothing to give, that's not the case. Because even these 7 girls that I had just met the day before, like, they said stuff that, like, it's like I felt down deep in my heart, but like I just didn't feel it about myself anymore. So like I was just straight bawling. And I feel like, after this trip and everything, the affirmation thing, like, I've been writing down every single day, like, what I am, like, and a lot of them were the characteristics that they told me. And it's like, I knew about those deep inside, but like I said, you start playing their emotions and just playing this role and you forget who you are. So I feel like, that was like super huge for me. And that was probably like my first breakdown wall of, you know, this past weekend or whatever, but it was something that just really stuck out to me and something I'm trying to preach to my team and seriously everybody else, because that's huge. And I know this is one that everybody's that's probably already said. I hopped in late, so I know probably everybody shared this, but it's something like we all were just like, oh my God, she's right. And so I know y'all heard it, but it's about I wasn't talking to you. Literally. So, you know, when we're out here sharing, you know, our business or products or just, you know, anything we love, even life, because, you know, us as moms, we post about like, we're trying to figure out like what's going on with our child or whatever. Like, should we buy him this? Like, I remember one time I posted about an iPad. Like, should I get my 2.5-year-old an iPad? And, you know, everybody has something to say about that. So, you know, there were people that were negative and people that were positive, like, yeah, go ahead and do it. And then there was other people like, no, that is unhealthy and all this kind of stuff. I mean, we all have our opinions, you know, but, you know, those people that were being negative about the thing, like, okay, girl, I wasn't talking to you no way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even tonight, I posted something about November having 31 days. And everybody's like, oh, my God, you know, because it was a status about the business or whatever. And I had one girl comment. She was just like, there's only 30 days in November. And I told Tyler, I was like, look what this girl just said. She said there's only 30 days in November. Sure enough, there's only 30 days in November. Okay. But I'm sitting here thinking like, you know what? I'm about to comment back to this girl and say like, you know what? Thanks, girl, for engaging. You know, that means everything to me. Thanks for engaging. Because you know what? I wasn't freaking talking to her. I don't care if there's 30 freaking days in November. Screw that. Whatever. Like, you either like the status, say something good, or like get off of it. You know what I'm saying? So like, just whenever we're on, you know, posting our passion with the business and everything, and like I said, just even life in general, like I said about the iPad situation, like, you know, if there are people that are negative, and we all know those people come and go straight on through, and so you just need to keep letting them go through. Like, don't keep them here and like try to wrap your mind around like why these people are being so negative to you or to your business, or, you know, whatever the case is. Like, just keep walking them out the other side, because you wasn't talking to them no way, girl. So that's just my two major things that I really loved. And I mean, like everybody else said, there's so much freaking stuff that we could all talk about. But those are my two main ones. So I think that will wrap it up for me, Heather.
I love it. Okay, so like when you're talking about like I'm not talking to you, don't you, okay, so like before when you had haters, or before when you had somebody go, I don't need a wrap, I don't need to lose weight, I'm fit, or I'll go to the gym, I don't need those products, and you're sitting there like defeated, like, okay, I'm not going to message anymore because everybody's going to think I'm telling them they're fat, or this lady's hella rude to me and I just don't even know what to do. I feel like after that conversation of I'm not talking to you, I laugh at it now. I'm like, well, oh my. And even if you don't even say it to them, even if you don't reply back like I wasn't talking to you, it's like a weight was lifted off our shoulders and our chest, where we could just be like, shoe fly, okay, thank you, on to the next. Like, without feeling that ickiness, like without feeling that like I'm doing this wrong, or I'm not in the right business. And yeah, sheep, yes, sheep. I love that you said that. And yes, bye, Felicia. Janelle, I love you. Yep, bye, Felicia. Like, seriously, we joke and we say that, but we feel like we just feel negative. We feel that like we're not worthy. We feel that we need to stop messaging people because we don't want to offend people and we don't want our feelings to get hurt. But if I'm not talking to you, then just brush it off. You just shoe fly, brush it off. So, all right. So I know that we've been on a full hour, so I won't keep you guys too much longer, but I do want to share a little bit about my nuggets. So one of my big nuggets is the fact that Pam shared the story about, and Renda brought it up, and then Pam went into it. And they shared the story about Taryn, about how she gave her her goal check, like her number that she wanted to make. And she told that to Pam. So Taryn, if you want to unmute real quick and just tell us a quick little bit about that story and the fact that your check, you went up like $2 or $20, and then it went up like $2. Like, that whole thing is just incredible. So share that real quick.
Okay, so I got on a Zoom with Pam in May, and you guys, when I got on the Zoom with Pam, so I just promoted to double diamond in August, and when I got on the Zoom with Pam, I was being paid as a ruby. I was a diamond being paid as a ruby, and so I was feeling a little frustrated, and so Pam was asking me, you know, well, what's that number? Like, is it a rank or is it an amount of like money that you want to earn? And I said, it's not so much the rank. I want to make $4,500 a month. And she was like, and more. And I kind of sat there for a second and I was like, okay. And she was like, don't limit yourself to 4,500. You need to be saying 4,500 and more. So I literally got off that Zoom and went and wrote on my bathroom mirror 4,500 and more. And then I looked at that every single day. And so when I hit double in August, commissions posted, and I was at, I think it was 45.52 and some change. So it was like $2 over. And so it was just like, aha, hello. You know, you put it out there and then you put the work in and it happens. And so that was just pretty cool. So now it says 10,000 and more on my mirror. So
oh my gosh, and we missed you there. Oh my gosh, you're going to be at the next one for sure. But I'm just, that story hit home for me because for a couple different reasons. So when we had this, these worksheets, so we literally had worksheets, you guys, and I didn't realize how much I love worksheets. Like I was not a good student in school, hence the reason why I love saying that I'm a rap girl and I make the money that I make without a college degree, because I was not a good student and I was not going to college. I tried it twice and did not work out. But when I got these worksheets, I was like, oh, because I've always struggled with journaling. I really have, because I feel like even though it's my journal, I feel like I'm doing it wrong. Like I'm saying the wrong things or I'm not saying enough. So I overthink it. Man, these worksheets helped me so much. And the first worksheet was the money mindset. And there's quite a bit of questions. I mean, there's like, what was it, you guys? A lot, like something, I don't know, 11 more and more, because we had these other things. And I'm filling it out, and then I'm getting to like probably question number like 6, 7, and 8, and then all of a sudden I'm starting to bawl because I'm like, oh my gosh, I never realized how negatively I looked at my money, and everything was just so negative, and it made me emotional because I'm like, what is this? Like, where is this coming from? I had no idea, and so I would write down my negative thoughts, and at the end of it, I was writing, I want more. Each question, and I did this on my own before the conversation with Pam and Rinda about Taryn. I was writing all this negativity down and I was like, but I want more, but I want more. I mean, I wrote it down on every single question and underlined it. I want more, I want more. Then Rinda and Pam shared that story and I was like, oh my gosh, and more. It just, those are the type of things, you guys, that was happening that weekend where you just kind of felt like the universe take over, and it was just like, I needed to be here. I had to be here for that breakthrough. So that, again, and more is my mantra. Like, I want everything in abundance and more because I deserve it. My kids deserve it. My family deserves it. You all deserve and more. What I took from that too is the affirmations and speaking out loud. And my number is 14,312. And that, I don't know why, that's just my number. It's 14,312. And I have made that before, combined with my husband's paycheck in 1 month. And it was the most amazing feeling ever. But I want it again. I want that consistently. I don't want that just one time. I want that consistently, but then I want and more. And instead of me just going up to like 15,000, I was like, I'm going to put a 0 on that because I'm worth more than that. So my number is 143,120. I don't know what that number means. I don't know if I'm going, or I know I am going to get it, but I don't know if that's going to be a monthly check. I don't know if that's going to be my annual that I'm earning this year. I don't know what that number is, but it's happening. And and then going into that is the manifestation part of it. So I'm going to manifest that money. I'm going to tell myself that I am worth $14,000 a month. I am going to earn $143,000 either in a year or a month, whenever it happens. But I'm not worrying about the how am I going to get it. I'm not worrying about where it's coming from. It's just going to happen. I was telling the story to a distributor on my team today, and we talked about manifestation, and she's been wanting to leave her job, but she just hasn't been able to pull the trigger, and something happened at work, and she walked out. And I said, that's because you've been manifesting that you wanted to quit that job and do it works full time, and you just haven't been able to do it, and the universe did it for you. I asked her, I said, how much do you need a month to like cover the difference? And she said 800. And I said, okay, so your number is 800. I want you to everywhere you go, write down 800, 800, 800, look for 800, look for the number 8, manifest the 8, but you are worth more than $800 a month. So I want you to add a 0 to that, and you are going to manifest $8,000. You guys, no joke. I'm not sure, I can't remember the whole entire story, but she basically sent me a bank statement, and I don't know what it was after, but that bank statement said 8,000. So like that was a bank statement that she got of $8,000. And then this morning, after we had this conversation yesterday, this morning, she sent me a screenshot of her memory from Facebook 1 year ago today on the dot. She committed that she was going to earn, her goal was $800 last month, and she didn't even remember that was her goal. So I was like, there you go. Keep manifesting that 8, that 800, that 8,000, and you are going to get it. I love this. Oh my God. 8 is my lucky number and my favorite number, Caitlin. That's amazing. Heather, I didn't know. So I learned something that was really, mind if I share? Who's that? Sorry, Jerica. Yes, we could share it just in a couple minutes. And then, so that's kind of been my thing. And then we did have a big social media training. We'll probably save a lot of that for another Zoom. But something that hit home for me is when you look at your Instagram, you guys, are you interesting? Are you? Or are you just somebody that's sharing a bunch of copy, paste, that picture looks good because she told me to. Let me go ahead and screenshot that and post it because that's what she told me to do. I want you guys to really think about 3 things. Your mission. Like, what is your mission in life? Okay, what is your mission? You should be showing what your mission is on your platform, and your platform is your social media. What is your mission? What are your pillars? So what are your interests? What is going to draw somebody to go, I want to follow her because we have this in common? What are your pillars? And then what is your passion? Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys my mission, my pillars, and my passion, and then we'll, Jessica has something to say, and then we'll kind of close it out. But my mission, this is me, this is not you, okay? So this is me, and I'm still working on my mission, but it's find other hot mess mamas out there that I can relate to. That's my mission in life. I am a hot mess. I own it and I claim it, and that's me. And I want to find other hot mess mamas out there like me that I can relate to. My pillars, so my interests, what basically when you think of pillars, think of hashtags. Like what hashtags relate to you? What do you relate to with other people? My pillars are my keto journey / my hot mess keto kitchen that you guys probably see me on Facebook. That, oh my God, today's was hilarious, by the way. It's a little inappropriate, but it was hilarious. Go back and watch it. We made pumpkin spice balls, and it was just funny. Wine nights, girl time, dance mom, sports mom, Juno Family Adventures. That's my last name, and Nikki. Juno Family Adventures, and I love showing everybody that because of It Works, when the kids get out of school early on every Wednesday, we go out and have an adventure while everybody else is at home working, or not at home, while everybody else is at work wishing they were home with their kids. They're seeing what I can do because of It Works, and I'm hopefully basically inspiring them to one day join my team or just know that they're worth more and they can be home with their babies. And then dating my husband. I love going on Monday date days, random date nights. So I love that. So those are kind of my pillars. And again, I'm still working on that. And then my passion is to live a life of adventure, family, and fun. Like, I know it's a little basic, but I'm a basic girl. I love being basic, and I just don't want to be anybody else. I want to be me, just like Brittany was saying. I like who I am, but sometimes we get lost and we keep wanting to be other people. We want to be that one or this one. And I just want to be the best me that I can be for myself and my family and my kids and my team. But yeah, get there next year, you guys. We had a personal chef pretty much the whole weekend. They fed us lunch. They fed us brunch. We had mimosas. I mean, we had pool parties literally every single day. We had a pool party at our house. We had a pool party in a high-rise building in the middle of downtown Sarasota on the top rooftop. We had pool party at Pam's. Like, you guys, literally, we got paid to have fun. And we got to learn and grow. And I told my husband, I was so excited. I came back a better person so I can be a better wife and a better mom. And that has nothing to do with it works. That had to do with coming together in this retreat. And I'm so, so, so thankful and grateful for it. So, Stasia, with wine and liquor and beer. We drank a little. Yeah, we did. We had some cocktails. I want more pool parties. I know. So I love it. So Jerica, go ahead and share real quick, and then we'll go ahead and close it out.
Okay, super quick. I know that I wasn't there or anything, but Megan, she's actually been doing a workshop. Tomorrow's our 4th night. She's been specifically training me and my leaders, and it's been such a huge impact for me already in just a few nights. But one of the first things she told me that she learned from the retreat, and this has changed my business literally overnight, is she said, why are you posting and asking for new distributors that just want to side hustle or just want to make a couple $100 a month? Aren't you looking for the Jericas, the runners, the people that want to be diamond in 3 months just like you, that need this and want this? And it was kind of like a duh moment. I was like, duh, and then I sign up these people that say they just want to side hustle, and then I'm disappointed because they didn't do anything with their business. So I was like, why am I asking for that? I'm asking for these people, and then I'm setting myself up to work with people that I'm not even going to relate to at all. Why am I even doing that? So I kid you not, that next morning after she told me that, I made a post and I said, you guys can go check it out, it's public, but I said, to be honest, I'm not looking for the people that want to side hustle. I'm looking for the people that need this for their families and want to make $2,000+ a month just like me. I have a few more spots left open on my team, and if you want this like I did, message me. I signed up 2 distributors that day, and they've taken off running. They're amazing. And it's just so exciting. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I have a cold. But that was my short little tip. And I don't know why I never thought of that before. And it's seriously changing my business. And I'm so excited. And I'm so excited to share that with my new people too going into this. You don't have to sign those people that just want to make $80 or $100 a month. Sign those people that want thousands and thousands of dollars and need it just like you, because you're going to have so much fun working with them and training them, and it's going to be flawless. So that's my quick tip. And I apologize, I didn't mean to butt in, but I had to share it.
No, I love that. And that was actually something I was going to share. But I was like, am I running out of time? But since you brought it up, I love it because it was weird for me when they talked about the whole side hustle, don't attract people that just want a side hustle. And I was kind of excuse me. That's all I wanted. So you're saying that I shouldn't have joined this business? I'm doing this in my head. I didn't say this out loud. Wait, what is she saying right now? And it totally clicked. So for an example, when Renda Emick signed me up as a distributor, it was not a sad, sappy, woe is me post. It wasn't a, who's a struggling mom, who lost their job, who wants to make an extra $100 a month so you can get off, government assistance. Yes, we want to do that for people, but that's not what she posted that attracted me. She posted that she was earning a $50,000 bonus. None of that was a pity party. None of that was oh, poor me, which she does have a backstory like that. But what attracted me was the $50,000 bonus. So just like Jerica said, we need to start leveling up. We need to know our worth, put value into our business, put value into our products, and basically start looking for the hustlers out there. Now, when you're looking for those hustlers, there's going to be somebody like Jerica that comes along. There's going to be somebody like a Heather Juneau that comes along and catches the vision. But if we're just sitting there trying to downgrade and dig in those trenches and look for those people that are just kind of crawling along, and you're begging them to join, and you're like, I know this could be great for you. Come on. that's exactly how they're going to work their business. You're going to be pulling them along. You're going to be building their business for them. They're not going to do it for them. So, I mean, that hit home for me, and I was like, okay, this can be your side hustle, but I'm wanting to work with people that want to level up and do what I'm doing. And if I find people that want a side hustle and they see the vision, amazing, because that's my story. This was a 100% side hustle, not something that was going to replace my income. And look where I am now. It did replace my income and so much more. And so just, it's all about that mindset, you guys. You got to change up that mindset. So okay, we went way over hour and 20 minutes, but the fact that we still have almost 40 people on is incredible. It just goes to show that you guys have been waiting for this and wanting this. And I'm so glad we got to come together and do this for you guys. So many of you guys are from East Coast, like I've been saying, and it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh my gosh. But look, think about how you're going to go to bed tonight. What are you going to be dreaming about tonight? How are you going to wake up tomorrow? What a perfect way to end the night and wake up in the morning and hustle your little butts off tomorrow and really promote that that promotion that's going on right now that ends on Saturday. So, all right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and end this. Let me go ahead and stop the recording.